Hello, everyone. What is up? Right back where we left off. Did I read this? Apparently not. Oh, no, I did. I picked energy, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Send that. Perfect. All right. Let's get right back into it. I can go a little longer than last time, I think. Whether I do or not, we'll see, but should be able to, because I don't work tomorrow. She's never done that before. Yep, I already told Mom and Dad.
止まって作業をしていくのか?
Are you staying to work on your costume? It won't be done in time for Kamiwa if I don't.
よく親が許可したな。
I'm surprised your parents let you stay. I've met her parents any number of times. They're as ditzy as Mayuri. But still, I don't think they'd appreciate their underage daughter staying overnight in this dirty lab.
やはりこの俺、法院教魔の人望だな。
It must be my overwhelming charisma.
あ、いや待て。
No. Wait.
人望などと
That makes me sound like a good person.
つまり
So that can't be it.
そうではなく。そうか。
Of course.
マユリの親は
Mayuri's parents are so afraid of my insanity
やむを得ず
that they sent me their only daughter as a hostage.
通報しました。
Reported. Kurisu calls out from the development room. She's been tinkering with the phone wave, name subject to change. But I guess she was listening.
って言われたらどうする?
What would you do if I called the cops on you?
裏切るというのなら
I unleash my right arm on traitors, Christina.
クリスティーナ。
はいはい、12秒。
Yeah, yeah.
12秒。
Chunibiu, whatever.
あのね、クリスちゃんも
I
一緒
told
だ
Mom and
から
Dad that Chris Chan would be here.
したら
Then they said
お
okay.
父さんもお母さん
Of
も
course.
それならそれってつまり
Wait,
私も泊まれって
so I have to stay too?
だってね
Don't you have to work on the phone
レン
wave?
ジちゃんの改良で大変なんでしょ? まあそうだけど
I guess, but I don't relish the thought of spending the night here.
主に誰か
At
さんの
least,
せい
not with
で
a certain somebody around. Don't lie. You know you love me.
環境というのは大事な要素だ。クリスティーナ。
Hang on, let me...
ここは研究
Hold on,
に打ち込
one
む以外
moment.
にすることがないから意外と集中できる。ソースはこの法院教魔。
Okay. Environment matters, Christina. This is a place of science and research. So you should have no trouble concentrating on your work. Trust the great Hyoen Kiyoma.
それに
Also,
聞いて驚く。
it may surprise you to learn that I have equipped this lab with a system that stimulates brain function.
つまり
So, if you were wondering where my incredible genius comes from, now you know. It's because I sleep in this room every night.
生まれるのだ。
脳内物質を活性化させるシステムって
This simulation...
あんた一体
Sorry,
何を
the
取り回してる
stimulation
んだ?
system of yours, I assume it's been dumping toxic waste in your brain?
工場排水のごとき言い方
You sound like an environmentalist, zombie.
マユシ知
Ah,
ってるよ
Mayushi knows.
きっと
You're talking about that, right?
ほら
Kurisu comes out of the development room to check what Mayuri's pointing at. What are you pointing at?
これって
This
芳香剤?
air freshener?
頭の良くなる方向
Okurin said the smell makes you smarter. He bought it at Akibao. When was that?
言ってた
半年ほど前だな。
About 6 months ago. It was on sale for 500 yen.
岡部の話って本当
I'm
に信
starting
じ
to
るに
think
値し
even
ない
you
わ
don't
ね
believe the stuff you say.
しかもこれ中
And
の素材
besides,
は
this air freshener is
もう空っぽになってる
empty.
し
Yeah, when I went to buy replacement packs, they'd already stopped selling them.
まあいいわ
Well, whatever. I was planning to stay either way. I'll join you, Mayuri-san. So what was all that talk then?
本当？よかった。
Really? That's great!
ただし、岡部は出ていくこと。
On one condition. Okabe leaves. Woman, this is my place.
出ていけだと。
Me?
俺は
Leave?
住んでいるようなもの
I
だぞ。
practically live here. This lab was promised to me by Stein's Gate. It's the dwelling place of my soul.
女子2人が泊まるって言ってるんだから。
We girls are staying here overnight. So you filthy boys need to show respect. Your home isn't even far from here, right?
オカリンはね、マユシーと同じで。
Okarin lives close to Mayushi.
だよ。
Nikaboo Kuro.
電車で30分もかからないじゃ
Why,
ない。
that's less than 30 minutes by train. Anyway, I'm not gonna need your help tonight. So just go home like a good boy, okay?
だが断る。
But I refuse.
まさか私たちを襲うつもりだ。
What? Are you planning to molest us? Whoa, woman! Are you out of your mind?
黙れ。伝部に蒙古藩が残る
Shut up,
庶民
Mongolian
だ。
spot.
残ってない。
I don't have a Mongolian spot. Where did you see my butt anyway? What is she implying here? I guess she's implying that if we're accusing her of having it, we're saying that we've seen her butt. So she's saying, and when would that have happened, I guess?
年下の女子2人だけをここに
I can't leave two young girls here
俺
alone.
は脳天
Minors need guardians.
未成年。
オカリンも未成年なのにね。
But Okarin's a minor too.
あと1年半もしないうちに成人だ。
I'll be 20 in less than a year and a half. In other words, Stein's Gate has decided that I am an adult. So you basically admit you're Stein's Gate because you're the one deciding it.
いや、それはつまり未成
I'm
年。
pretty sure that makes you a minor, just like us.
クリスちゃん、クリスちゃん。
Christian,
オカリンは
I
ね
don't think Okarin would do
マユシ
anything
ーた
bad.
ちのことを襲うような。
Not
だってね、
intentionally.
マユシーはもう
I
10
mean,
年
we've been together for more than 10 years, and he hasn't molested me
一度も
once.
襲われたことないもん。
でも人質にされたことはあるんでしょ。
But he took you hostage, didn't he?
っていうか
Yep.
ね、
Actually, I'm still his
強制
hostage.
退出させるべきね。
We should kick him out of the room. I sigh deeply and place a hand on my forehead.
あまり俺を失望させ
You
る
disappoint me, Christina.
クリスティーナ
Oh, I just realized I forgot to open Mix It Up. Hang on, let me open that. Good thing no one showed up yet in chat.
このラボは神聖なる研究の場なのだ。そのような下世話な話題をしたいのならお前こそ今すぐ出ていくがいい。蒙古藩。
There we go. Now, if anyone redeems, I have Mix It Up. This lab is a place of science. We are above such petty concerns as sex. If you must speak of these vulgarities, then I'll have to ask you and your Mongolian spot to leave. But that's a bit hypocritical considering Daru. Looks like that was enough to convince Kurisu. How? Again, Daru. She gives me a fine gesture as she returns to the development room.
あ、そうか。やはりクリスティーナの
Ah,
全部には
so Christina really does have a birthmark on her butt.
ねえよ。
No! After working on the phone wave name subject to change for about an hour, I head to a convenience store to buy dinner. Daru hasn't shown his face at all today. He must be busy with that part-time job. I still don't know what he's doing exactly. Probably something that utilizes his super hacka skills. I just hope he steers clear of the law. While walking, I skim @channel on my phone. Titor hasn't shown up lately. I think it's been a week since his last appearance. I've been reluctant to contact him ever since he called me the Messiah in his last email. It was about the same time he stopped posting. Now @channel's denizens are busy slandering Titor. The majority opinion is that he ran away. I wonder where Titor went. You could ask him. I tried emailing him the other day, but he hasn't replied. Okay, good. His disappearance is especially worrying now that I think he might be Suzuha's dad. I need to contact him somehow. Just then, a mail arrives. No sender name. The address is one I've seen once before. I've got a bad feeling about this. I pause and take a look around. Then I swallow my fear and open the mail. Oh, this? You know too much. Okay. Cute. It feels as if a cold hand stroked my spine. I hug myself, shuddering at the sight. I delete the email immediately. It's happening again. This is bad. Really bad. This is a threat. Was it sent by the organization? By SERN? Does SERN know what we've been doing? Should I report it to the police? Wait, I can't. I just deleted it. Why? And in any case, a picture alone probably isn't enough to get the police involved. Still, maybe I should talk to someone. But who? Oh, one moment. Okay, there we go. Not the girls. I can't worry them with this. I'm the adult here, after all. What about Moeka? No, she may be a lab mem, but she's been acting weird lately. Even if I tell her about this, she won't be of any use. Suzuha has her father to worry about. I guess that leaves Daru. I need to find out whether SERN has discovered our hacking. What would SERN do if they did find out, I wonder? They wouldn't have us killed, would they? Despite my efforts to convince myself that this is just a prank, my feet hurry me back to the lab. I burst into the lab, gasping for air, and quickly lock the door behind me. Finally, I can catch my breath. But just then, I realize that something's wrong. Mayuri and Kurisu aren't here. Did they go home? No. Their bags are still here. The lights are still on. The door. When I entered just now, it was unlocked. Would they be so careless? The memory of that threatening email fills me with fear. Don't tell me. Were they kidnapped? Who took them? The organization? SERN? And then I hear a noise. Is that the shower? Oh god, no, please. Please. The lab has a shower inside the dressing room. There's no bath. We can't afford such luxuries, and it's too small to fit more than one person inside. Now I hear the sound of water running. Don't go to it. I recall the famous scene from Hitchcock's Psycho. No. Fresh blood, mixing into the water and flowing down the drain. The corpses of two girls sprawled out naked on the tile. The second those images flash through my head, I slam open the door to the shower room. You idiot! Okay, let's get it over with.
おい大丈夫か
You, oh god, you're in so much trouble. Is everyone okay? What are you doing? No peeking, Okarin. I'm trying to get through this quick. Through the stream, I see the wet, naked bodies of the two girls. No, don't close up on it. Mayuri squats down while Kurisu bashfully twists her body, trying desperately to hide her unmentionables. Are their faces red because of the heat, or... I'm trying to get past the scene.
びっくりした
Phew, you're still alive.
殺されたわけでは
I wiped the cold sweat off my brow and sighed deeply.
ヒヤヒヤさせ
Don't scare me like that. What are you guys doing packed into that tiny shower anyway? Just get out! Kurisu shoots me a deadly glare.
いいから出て
Get out, you perv! Whoa! Please get out, get out, get out, get out, thank you. I dodged a bar of soap aimed at my face, then quickly flee the dressing room. Well, I suppose that was all my fault. 100%.
そういうことされるとね
Yushi's sad. I feel kind of dirty. You're gonna regret this. I'll never forgive you. Damn it. It was just a small misunderstanding. Was it though? You did not take any time to think that through. I mean, why the hell did they decide to take a shower? Together. When they knew I was coming right back. It's like they wanted to be seen. Whoa, 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 whoa. Kurisu especially. After all that talk about not wanting to spend the night with me around, she sure dropped her guard awfully fast. They're just lucky it was me who walked in on them. What if it had been the organization? They need to get serious. We're fighting for our lives here. Hey, you're lucky. Oh, okay. By the way, I didn't see a Mongolian spot on Kurisu's butt. Naturally. You didn't even really get to see her butt, as far as I know. Anyway, how much longer are they going to shower? Looking at the clock, it's already been more than 15 minutes since I got back. They were yelling at me a few minutes ago, but now I hear laughter and happy squeals coming from the shower room. They're just having some girls' time. Sounds like they're having a good time. They get along almost like sisters. Wow, Christian, you're so slim. But Mayuri, your breasts are so big. I'm jealous. Oh, wait, that went too fast. No, don't, why? They're checking each other out, aren't they? Okay. Nope, please. In my head, I call up the memory of what I saw in the shower. Please don't. Wet hair, beads of water glistening on their soapy skin and round, full treasures hidden by conveniently placed steam. Stop thinking it! Stop trying to get me in trouble. I put my phone to my ear.
俺だ
It's me.
少し
We have a problem.
まずい状況に
I'm under attack from the Mongolian Spot and Ditzy
こ
sisters.
の最強マッド
They're going directly after my sanity. A bold move against the insane mad scientist, Hyoen Kyoma. This is the strongest offensive I've encountered so far. I realize now that vulnerability itself can be a powerful weapon. They're pulling out all the stops. I don't think my pants can take it, bruh.
奴ら少女たちを倒せ
Give in to the temptation? Nonsense.
ができるもの
I
か
could never do that. They're fellow lab members, my loyal assistant and my childhood friend. Bill, if you give in to temptation, they will slap you. What do you mean give in? What temptation? The thinking about it or doing more?
どうしてもか
Must I? Is it truly the will of Stein's Gate that I give in? That I raise my hand against my closest companions? If so, then how cruel the fates be. You know you won't do a thing. Which is good. L. Sigh. Congrue. After a moment to collect myself, I put away my phone. I need some air. "2 days have passed since Kurisu and Mayuri came to stay. During that time, Daru and I have done our best to support Karisu's work on the phone wave named subject to change. According to Daru, it should be easy to use the LHC to generate black holes for our use. The black holes form at the proton collision point, where the lifter is installed, and exist for only a few seconds before evaporating. During those few seconds, SERN throws a human into the singularity. We'll use those few seconds too. The gravity of the black hole compresses matter to infinite density. SERN uses the lifter to keep the compression under control, but we don't want that. We're going to dial SERN's lifter down. Not so much that it endangers the world, of course, but enough to compress our memory data to under 36 bytes. Daru has been coding the necessary program. As for me, I've been searching for our lifter, the unknown device that pumps electrons into the phone wave named subject to change and keeps our black hole open. Karisu couldn't find anything that could serve as a lifter inside the microwave, so it must be something on the outside. We're not sure what that could be, and so far we have no idea where to start looking. Yesterday, I consulted Daru about that threatening email. But Daru insisted that there's no way SERN could have discovered his hacking yet. Of course, I had to make doubly sure we hadn't been tracked. His test came back clean. I understand he's confident in his skills, and I trust him. And I'm pretty sure this person... It's gotta be someone else. Could be something involving Titor or Suzuha? Or even, Moeka? If Daru says they haven't found out, then they haven't. But somehow, knowing that does not ease my anxiety. It's Friday, and although we still haven't solved the lifter problem, Karisu is just about done with the time leap machine. Hold that thought. Oh, Luca. Have you gone to any festivals or fireworks shows this summer? Maybe you have plans to go with Mayuri-chan later. Yes, I did 22 practice swings. So, thankfully Luca forgives us for what we did to her. For what Hiyoma did to her. No, I'm too crowded. I'm being chased by the organization, remember? The last thing I need is a knife in the back. What does the other one say? I don't know Mayuri's plans, but I'm pretty sure she's busy preparing for a different sort of festival soon, to take place in Ariake? Let's go with the truth. Okay. Naturally, that means it's time for her to give me something else to worry about. For the final adjustments, we need to use the phone wave. I groan. In other words, we have to cause the electrical discharge phenomenon. There's a risk involved. A risk called Mr. Braun. See, all you have to do is figure out that the lifter is down here. Probably like the big giant main TV or something. So once he leaves, you just have to be able to get in here and turn it on, and then boom, you can do it when he's gone, at night. As we know, the discharge phenomenon causes the entire building to shake. Last time, Mr. Braun threatened to raise our rent if it happened again. I mean, you're lucky he's threatening to raise rent and not kick you out. Karisu and Daru look at me. It's up to you, Okarin. Take care of it. In other words, you're sending me to die. Your sacrifice will allow us to complete the time leap machine. And besides, you're always the one who talks to the boss for us. Well, maybe it's time for you to put your lives on the line. I can't. That girl who works there hates me. Fine. But hear this, I will not die. Like the immortal phoenix, I will return, no matter how many times it takes. With that said, I head down to handle things with Mr. Braun.
おかり死んじゃやだよ。
Don't die, okay? As I pass through the lounge, Mayuri looks up from her costume to see me off. Oh, he's here. I was about to say, maybe he's not even here today. He is. When I step into the store, Mr. Braun, Suzuha, and the Chipmunk are watching some comedy show on the massive 42-inch CRT. I'm pretty sure that CRT is the reason why. I think that's the lifter. Watching TV at noon without a customer in sight. Looks like business as usual at the Braun 2 workshop.
おーす。岡部倫太郎。
Hi, hello, but I have email. I was forcing myself to be cheerful for that last phone call, nya. I actually feel like I could die, nya. Okay, she's not going to give me any context on that, just, okay. I don't know what to do with that information. Sup, Okabe Rintaro? I raise my hand in response to Suzuha's greeting. The Chipmunk, Nai, quickly hides behind her father when she sees me. Oh, hey, Gord. Thanks for the hydrate. I shall hydrate. Welcome in, Gord. And once again, congrats on the affiliate. One moment. Let me close out that. Okay. Oh, actually, you know what? Let me, Pretty sure that's a 0. Hopefully I spelled that right. Good, I did. I see you're as busy as ever.
Oh,
Oh god, his voice. Actually, let me hydrate again. Okabe, buy a CRT. I think that's not quite the voice I did for him, but I guess it is now. No thanks. I'm not some kind of retro TV otaku. I'd rather buy an LCD. What's this game about? So this is a very heavy visual novel, where the only real gameplay is mainly the whether I answer my phone or not. Because sometimes, oh hang on, I got a text. Do not need. Okay. Anyway. So this is a very heavy visual novel where the only gameplay is whether I get text messages where I can choose to answer them or ignore them, and that'll have some consequences sometimes on the story. But in this story, it's about dealing with like time travel with our main character, who's a bit of a toonie, where he has somehow accidentally turned his microwave and phone like combination into a sort of time machine thing where he's able to send text messages back into the past, to his past self, or to whoever's phone he's texting. And they are trying to go further than just sending text messages to actually do actual time travel. Meanwhile, there's a person named John Titor who claims to be from the future and is trying to change stuff because a company called SERN has invented time travel in the future in 2036, I think, and they have used it to dominate the world and have turned it into a what was the words he used? I don't know if he said apocalyptic world or not. Is that like the anime? I haven't seen it, but yes, this is actually the original. This game is the original, and then it became an anime as well as a light novel. But the game is the original. And it's actually based on some real things. Like John Titor is a real thing. of someone on social media claiming to be from the future, as is some of the science that's in this game, like the collider thing, the Large Hadron Collider or whatever. And even SERN, which is spelled with an S in this, is a real thing, but it's spelled with a C in the real world, apparently. At least that's what I saw someone say in Rodent Coon's chat, because Rodent's also playing this. But John's traveling to the past, supposedly, to try to put a stop to SERN from being the one to do time travel and take over the world or whatever. But meanwhile, we're also trying to invent time travel. Oh, I'm still on my phone. Let me get off my phone. There we go. I look around the store as I answer. Huh. I just thought of something. Like SERN's Large Hadron Collider, yeah, that. The phone wave, named subject to change, which is the microwave I was talking about. He makes up weird names for his inventions. Must have some kind of electron feed to keep the black hole open. SERN calls this feed the lifter. We still haven't figured out what that is, nor what could be acting as a substitute lifter in our time machine. Oh? Are you getting close to maybe thinking it's down here? What if... Yeah, what if? What if our lifter is somewhere in this shop? Ooh. Oh, hey, Stone. Welcome in. Thanks for the daily check-in. 14 times. Nice. How are you today, Stone? Actually, you actually do stream. $3.16. There we go. Hope you're having a good day today, Stone. I'm having a decent day, especially since I have the day off tomorrow, finally. Oh, today was quite a day. Another 13 pallets from at work with the truck, with the merchandise. Doing alright, just watching a show? Oh, I see, I see. What show are you watching? Whatever it is must be in close proximity to the phone wave named subject to change. It couldn't work otherwise. And the Brawn Tube workshop is located directly below the lab. Finally, he's figuring it out. Young Justice? Oh, nice. Is that, like, how far along are you? And is that the before the sort of reboot? Rewatching the show? Ah, I see, I see. I kind of liked it before the kind of random reboot. It still had a lot of good stuff going, but I wish it didn't have that sudden jump cut reboot thing. Season 1, I see. Yeah, I like the earlier seasons. I think it sort of got canceled, I think, and then brought back, or got dropped and then brought back. So it has that just very drastic time jump and lots of changes to stuff. Kind of, it had a good flow going, and it kind of breaks that flow at that point. At least that's my opinion on it, anyway. Could our lifter be a CRT? I think it is. Yeah, I don't blame you for liking season 1 and 2, but I get what you're saying, yeah. I mean, like, the stuff they had going on with Aqualad in the reboot, in the newer seasons, it was cool and all. It just jumps right in that, where I wish we could have had some of the build up. And like, even the introduction of all those new characters is great and all, but again, a little too sudden. You've been having a lot of girls over lately, haven't you? Just the usual members. I was over the other day. Invite me next time, huh? I want to talk to some young girls for a change. Excuse you? We're literally all minors. What are you on about?
お父さん、
Daddy, that's dirty.
違うぞない。
No, it isn't. It's, marketing. Yeah, I'm looking for new customers.
営業活動なんだよ。
Yeah, when you say it like that, I'm suspicious, my guy. Very sus. Check out this scary-looking guy trying desperately to explain himself to his daughter. Hilarious.
そもそもさ、
What do you mean for a change? You talk to me every day.
私は若くないみたいな。
Facts. Why do you need to talk to anyone when you got Suzu?
若くはないな。
You're not young. Suzuha is the same age as Daru and I, which makes her older than Mayuri or Kurisu. And? Your point?
なに？
Did you say something, Okabe Rentaru?
事実だ。
Only the truth.
ないお父さんが
Nai, your father is happy as long as he has you, okay?
うん、わかってるよ。
Yep, I know. But don't say dirty things anymore,
もう
okay?
言わないでね。
もちろん約束するさ。
It's a promise. Then he joins Pinkies with his daughter. Damn, Mr. Braun. You're way off character. How does a guy like him produce a daughter like that? Okay, again, there's a second person involved in that she could be taking after. Also, he could be a bodybuilder. You don't know what he was like before he built up all this mess. Nai is one of the kindest, gentlest girls I've ever met. I don't know why she's so afraid of me, though. I mean, I can think of a few reasons. Anyway, I came here to explain that the building's about to shake. How do I avoid having my head ripped off? How many more earthquakes do you think this building can handle? That is not the right question. No, that's way too obvious. An earthquake is coming. My magic eye, reading Steiner, has seen it in the future. Escape while you still can. Yeah, that might work. He knows you're a Chuny. You're just telling on yourself.
ねえ、昨日も椎名真由里は泊まったんだ。
Hey, did Sheena Mayuri stay over yesterday?
ああ、
Yeah.
ってことは、マキ
So-
とクリスも？
Maki say Kurisu stayed too.
ああ。
Yeah,
二人とも上にいる。
they're both upstairs.
そっか。
Oh. Suzuha's hostility towards Kurisu hasn't abated.
お前の方はどうだ？
And how are you doing?
どうだって？
Huh?
少しは元気が出たのか
Are you feeling better?
ああ、
Oh, yeah, I guess.
まあね、
The search continues.
そうさ。
あおいバイト。
Huh? What's this about, part-timer?
私、父さんを探してるんだって。
I'm searching for my dad. I told you before, remember?
ああ、その話か。
Oh, right.
岡部、
Go find your old man, Okabe. Why does he think he can boss me around?
無論だ。
Naturally.
はすでに
Suzuha is a fellow lab member.
いるのだ。
Leave it to us.
俺と
Suzuha looks at me with a smile that shines through the gloom filling the store.
岡部倫太郎って、私と
Okabe Ritaru, we're the same age, but sometimes you seem a lot older. You really know how to give people strength.
ぐいぐい引っ張ってく力があるよね。
That's the first time anyone said that to me. It makes me kind of happy. Aren't you supposed to be a chaotic mad scientist? Of course. I am the great Hyoen Kiyoma.
おーい、今日もな。
Okay, she's afraid of Chunies. The chipmunk cowers in terror as I unveil my madness. I can see tears pooling in her eyes. I guess my aura is just too powerful for a grade school girl to endure.
岡部、もし次
Okabe, next time you scare Nai, I'll kill you.
殺す。
すみません。
Sorry. come here a sec. Suzuha takes my arm and leads me away from the Tenojis, who have gone back to watching TV.
これだけは忠告しとくけど、
I just want to say,
マキセクリスには
be circumspect in your dealings with Kurisu.
留意
What? Circumspect? Why can't she just say careful, like a normal person? Because she's from the future, maybe? I still think she's from the future. Not that I'm one to talk.
またか。
This again?
ただの逆
Aren't you just being
恨みだろ。
paranoid? Suzuha shakes her head firmly.
違う。
No.
これは事実。
Her
私はそれを存知している。
perniciousness? I'm pretty sure I know how to say this word, but I've definitely never had to say this word. Oh, thanks for your daily check-in, Gord. For your first check-in, nice. Oh, actually, I did notice at about 9 you followed me. Thank you for the follow, Gord. I appreciate that. Is she saying Kurisu is dangerous? Perniciousness? I'm definitely not saying that correctly. There's something strange about the way Suzuha is talking, and it's not just her fondness for uncommon words. There's something else. Something...
あの女の頭脳は危険すぎ。
Her genius is a threat. At heart, she only cares about her
実験のこと
experiments.
しか考えてないんだ。
Oh? I have a theory that she might be Kurisu's daughter from the future. Suzuha's eyes are hard, and her voice is as cold as ice. I can tell that she means every word she says. Either daughter or like a student, maybe. Because now that she's saying she only cares about her experiments, that almost makes it sound like the experience Kurisu had with her father.
君たちは利用されてるだけだよ。いい？
Listen to me. She's using you all.
あの女は。
Kurisu is connected to SERN. What? No. That's impossible. SERN is our enemy. Daro's hacking is discovered. I have no doubt they will do everything in their power to destroy us. How can Kurisu be connected to SERN?
つまり
You're saying
スパイだと言い
she's
たいのか。
a spy? Suzuha nods firmly.
タイムマシン開発の功
The
績
credit
も
for inventing the time machine was
あの女の
hers.
ものになった。
How do you know that? I was right. Again, Suzuha's words sound strange to my ears, but I still can't place my finger on why. The fact that she knows about a time machine. She just mentioned a time machine and SERN, and then
だからさ、気を許しちゃダメ。
don't let your guard down. I don't believe it. I saw Kurisu's anger when she learned what SERN had been doing. She called their actions a betrayal of scientists everywhere. So as long as it's in the public, then it's fine? How can someone with such a pure love of science be connected to SERN? But if what Suzuha says is true, could she be the one who sent that threatening email? That's what I'm wondering. I suspected Mocha, but... Suddenly, the ground starts to shake. They didn't even wait for me to get back. I didn't get permission yet. Kurisu started the experiment? But I haven't talked to Mr. Braun yet. Exactly. Damn, it's too soon.
おいこら岡部
What? Don't look at me. I'm right here in front of you. My hands are clean. Sure enough, veins on Mr. Braun's forehead swell in response to the shaking. Again, I'm right here. You're a witness.
揺らすな
How many times do I have to tell you not to shake the building? Cute girls or no, I ain't letting you off. Your rent's going up. Oh wait, Mr. Braun. This isn't our doing. It's an earthquake. My magic eye, reading Steiner, predicted this would happen. An earthquake? You think I'll fall for that? The shaking gets more intense, knocking over a CRT. Oh, we're gonna have to pay for that. Brontube-chan! No! Crap. I can't talk my way out of this one. Okabe! You bastard! Mr. Braun clearly wants to snap my neck like a twig, but he elects to protect his greatest treasure, the 42-inch CRT, instead. I thought it was going to be his daughter. Really? The CRT? He grabs the remote and switches it off, then grabs hold of the TV and hangs on for dear life. He switched it off. Did he turn it off in time? Because maybe this is how we figure it out. And it immediately stops. Okay, Kiyoma. Figure it out.
収まった？
Is it over?
みたいだな。
Looks like it. Wait. It's over? I carefully step through the rubble and take the remote from the dazed Mr. Braun's hand. I press the red power button. Oh, he figured it out. Is it going to go right back to shaking? The 42-inch CRT instantly comes to life. I stare at the image on the screen and smile. Don't need to repeat that. Oh, poor Nai.
どうしたの？
What's wrong? Don't have to repeat that either. I'll leave it to him.
見つけた。
I've done it. I've done it. This is the lifter.
これこそがにこれほどわかりやすいのに。
It's so obvious. Why didn't I see it before? Of course. This must be the work of STEINS Gate. It chose this moment for a reason.
おい、岡部。何を
What the hell are you laughing about, Okabe? You're scaring my daughter. I'm raising your rent, you hear? And you're paying for that CRT. Yeah, I know.
少し静かにしていただきましょうか。
A little silence, please, Mr. Braun. This is the most glorious moment, for I have just been chosen as the ruler of all space and time. Did he just hit me? No. Wait, yes? Stars explode behind my eyes as Mr. Braun drives his fist into the top of my head. Are you serious? The world spins. I struggle to get a hold of my shaken brain. You dare lay hands on the great... Got something to say? Well then, Mr. Braun, put it on my tab. With that, I fly out of the workshop. I rub my head. It hurts like hell. Damn, that Mr. Braun. Did he really have to crack me so hard? Maybe I should report him for assault. Thanks to his brutality, I had to make a strategic retreat. Fortunately, I did not emerge empty-handed. The extra 10,000 yen a month will hurt, but in exchange, I have acquired information essential to the success of my plan. All's well that ends well. Okarin, the building just shook. Are you okay? Mayuri and Kurisu appear in the second-story window. Looks like you really are unkillable. I have seen the future, Christina. In 3 minutes, you will be on your knees, praising my greatness. So it's gonna take you 3 minutes to get up the stairs? I don't think so. I run up the stairs. How could you miss something so obvious? Oh, hey, Lexi. Welcome in. Oh, congrats on first. Right, I forgot no one redeemed it. Because Kai usually redeems it. Is that a double underscore? I think so. Yes, it is. So welcome in, and thanks for your daily check-in. Your first daily check-in. How are you today, Lexi? Oh, whoops. Hang on. Let me get the game back up. How could you miss something so obvious? When I tell Kurisu about the 42-inch CRT downstairs, that is her first reaction. I'm okay. How's you? I'm doing good. It was a long day today. Another 13 pallets at work. 13 pallets of merchandise. When we were already full in the back room, as usual. And they're supposed to take in a truck tomorrow, so I'm glad I'm off tomorrow. And thankfully, next week, Monday to Friday, I won't have Tuesday I will, but the other days I won't have 8-hour shifts. I'll have my 5-hour shifts, like I'm supposed to. Just dropping by? No, that's all good. Thanks for dropping by. Alright, let me hydrate. Just woke up, right? It should be... Let's see. Should be 12 p.m. or 1 p.m. Forget if it's 12 or 13. Yeah, 1 p.m. Because originally with Ray, like I was 12 hours behind, but that was on the daylight savings time. Now that I'm on standard time, now that America's on standard time, the West is on standard time, now we're 13 hours behind. Why are you blaming me? I'm not blaming you. I'm just disappointed that nobody, including myself, noticed. We missed the forest for the trees. To summarize, just now, when the phone wave named subject to change shook the building, the 42-inch CRT was on. But when Mr. Braun turned the TV off, the shaking stopped immediately. Thank you, Lexi. I appreciate it. Enjoy your lurk. May your dreams be as wild as a time leap. That's a good one. The discharge was interrupted. I put a banana in just to be sure. Nothing happened. I'm glad. We shouldn't waste food. Nobody replies to Mayuri's off-point statement. We're busy reading about cathode ray tubes on the internet. It doesn't take long before we find something interesting. Electric field? A cathode ray tube has a component called an electron gun, which uses extreme heat and a strong electric field to accelerate electrons and turn them into a beam. The electron beam striking the TV screen's phosphor layer is what generates the picture. The electron gun could certainly work as a lifter. We've found the answer. The electrons emitted by the 42-inch CRT are holding the phone wave's black hole open, and the discharge phenomenon is the result. So, the reason we can't use the phone wave at night is because the Braun 2 workshop's closed. The Braun 2 workshop doesn't have especially strict business hours, but it's usually open from around 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. That matches up perfectly with my observation that the phone wave, named subject to change, only works between noon and 6 p.m. The few instances it hasn't worked during that time frame can be explained by the TV being off. But how can a cathode ray tube emit such a strong electron stream? It's not about having a strong electron stream. If stronger were better, SERN would have solved the lifter problem long ago. I see. So it can't be too strong or too weak. By freak coincidence, the 42-inch CRT's electron gun appears to have exactly the right level of electron discharge. That's the only explanation. Somehow, the conditions here were perfect to create a time machine. Frankly, it's a miracle. No, Christina. Not a miracle. This is the choice of STEINS Gate. Rather than glare at me as she has so many times in the past, Kurisu shoots me an exasperated smile. Whatever it is, it worked. Mayuri looks up from her costume with a question in her eyes. So, what do we have to do to complete Super Phone Wave Chan? Now that we've found the cause, there's nothing left to hold us back. We can safely conclude that time leaping is possible when, and only when, that television is on. We should probably test it, right? And there's still the final check of the phone wave to do. You're right. Okabe. What? Go downstairs and turn that TV back on. That's hilarious, Christina. Allow me to dub that. Do I even need to repeat that? He said it in English. I'm not going back down there. My head still hurts from last time. Next time, I doubt I'll make it out alive. Whatever. Just go already. Kurisu orders me with a sour look. It's like I'm the assistant here. If anyone can do it, it's you. You made an amazing discovery just now, didn't you? Assistant mine. Have you finally recognized my greatness as a mad scientist? See, that was the time to lie and say yes, and sweet talk him into going downstairs. No. Ah. Damn. That was harsh. Oh. Whoops. I was supposed to flatter him so he'd be free. So he'd feel like going, right? Correct. That's exactly what you were supposed to do, what you should have done. Woman! I just heard you say that. Don't... This woman, I swear to God. Yes, you're amazing, mad scientist. It's too late. Anyway, now that we've found the lifter, the time leap machine is 99% complete. Kurisu's expression suddenly turned serious. But I can see the hunger in her eyes and the flush of excitement on her cheeks. She knows that we stand on the threshold of a new age in science, and she cannot resist the lure of the unknown. He's a true scientist, no doubt about it. It's your dream, isn't it, to invent a time machine? Our dream. I've never really thought about it that way. But she's right. My hands are shaking. not from fear of Mr. Braun, but from excitement.
この俺の夢は時空を意の
I
ま
will
まに
become the undisputed Lord of Time. With that power, I will shatter the system, and chaos will rule the...
そこにあら
岡部、
Okabe. Kurisu interrupts my speech.
私は法王院じゃ
I
なくて
wasn't asking Hyo and
岡部の
Kiyoma.
意見が聞きたい。
I was asking Okabe. She spears me with her gaze. I meet it head on. After a few moments, I feel my mouth curve into a smile.
上等だ
I'll do it.
すべて
Leave it to me.
俺に任せるがいい
With that, I head downstairs. A cracked skull and an empty wallet are a small price to pay for science. Harisu and Daro send me off with applause for some reason. They're just trying to butter you up more. Mayuri's the only one who looks worried, but I pat her head in reassurance. Hi. Tell me he left. When I get downstairs, Suzuha and the chipmunk are sitting side by side on the bench outside.
ウィス
What's up? Nai gives me a quick bow, then hides behind Suzuha.
店長さっきのでめちゃくちゃ
That shaking upstairs put the boss in a bad mood. Nai and I are waiting it out.
回避中
Yeah, that's great. Hold on, let me check something real quick. What's Luca? You and Mayuri-chan don't go places together. You're both lab members, and I heard you were childhood friends, so I thought... I'm sorry if I misunderstood. P.S. I did 30 practice swings. Did you, or are you just saying that? Because now you might have a crush on me or something, now that you're a girl. You and Mayuri-chan don't go places together? Why do you care? Damn, now I really don't want to go in there.
あのさっき思いっきりごっちんされてたけど
Are you okay?
大丈夫
That hit you pretty hard.
この俺の世界遺産級の
I'll have you know that my brain is more valuable than the Mona Lisa. Your father may have set humanity back a few hundred years by wiping out my brain cells.
人類
それは惜しい人を亡くしたな
Such a regrettable loss. Suzuha clasped her hands in solemn prayer. I'm not dead. Just my brain cells.
ごめんなさいお父さんが
I'm sorry.
ひどいことして
Daddy did something bad.
この小動物め
Chipmunk.
人的によくできた
What a gentle heart you have. I can't believe she's Mr. Braun's daughter.
案ずるな
I suppose I share some of the blame. Your father and I are even.
おあいこだ
I smile slightly at my words of comfort.
時にバイト選手
Now then, part-time warrior, I have a request of you.
ミスター・ブラウンの目を
I need you to distract Mr. Braun for about 5 seconds. You know, couldn't you just ask her to turn it on? Or even ask Nai? Suzuha's eyes start to shine.
色仕掛けだね
You mean seduce him? No, I do not mean that. And no, I do not want you to do that. Not when you're a waifu. She flexes her bicep for some reason.
触ってみ
Go on, touch it. She insists, so I poke it. Lucky. It's just as hard as her confidence suggests. She's probably stronger than you. There's no probably there. She's absolutely stronger than you. But I don't understand what flexing has to do with seduction.
誰も色仕掛けをしろとは
Nobody said anything about
お
seduction.
前がやりたいという
It doesn't matter how you do it.
それぐらいできなきゃ選手
I'm not much of a warrior if I can't handle that. Besides, you said you'd help me search for my father, right? I'm only returning the favor.
だから
なるほど
I see. Then I leave it in your capable hands.
オーキードーキー
Okie dokie.
鈴葉お姉ちゃん
Suzuha, don't be mean to Daddy, okay?
たりしないって。
Haha, don't worry. I won't be mean.
いかに
Indeed. I want to complain that he's the one being mean. But I just said we were even, so I refrained.
苗はここで待ってて。
Wait here, Nai. The chipmunk nods. When we enter the store, we find Mr. Braun cleaning up the pieces of the broken CRT. When our eyes meet, another vein pops on his forehead. Again, we could have just told her to do it. We didn't have to come in here.
筋を通しに来たのなら聞いてやる。
If you came to apologize, I'll listen. But your rent's going up.
清さんの要求には応じ
Understand?
ねえからな。
先ほどは失礼しました。
I'm sorry about what
気が
happened.
動転していたので
I overreacted.
そこで
As a token of apology, my lab's representative, Amane Suzuha, would like to present you with a gift.
ミスター・ブラウン。
店長、刮目せよ。
Boss, get ready! With a vigorous shout, which in no way seems appropriate for seduction, Suzuha whips off her jacket and... I want to see.
Yeah!
Wait. What am I looking at? Was she even wearing anything underneath that? What am I looking at? So he's trying to prevent her from taking off her jacket. Throws it into Mr. Braun's face. I can see her bra. Okay, she is wearing something, but she's not wearing an undershirt. No, wait. That's not a bra. Okay, good. Never mind. But a tight tank top that leaves her midriff bare. Yet Suzuha shows no sign of embarrassment as she rushes Mr. Braun. Well, I mean, why would she if it's a tank top? Also, she's an athlete. She slips behind him, grabs her coat, and pulls it tight against his face.
岡部倫太郎、今だ。
Why would you say my name like that? You just got me in trouble. You could have just said after I was finished that you were just playing around, but you said my name. Now this was my idea. So when I told her it didn't need to be seduction, she can do anything, this is what she thought of? I think seduction would have been better. Okabe Rintaro, now's your chance! Now wait just a second. Is this your idea of seduction? No, I think she changed her mind on that. It looks like you're trying to suffocate him. Hurry! Mr. Braun flails his arms, trying to escape Suzuha's restraint. There's a huge difference in strength between the two. It's only a matter of time before he shakes Suzuha off.
よくやった戦士よ。
Well done, warrior. Your heroism will be remembered. Realizing that the only choice is to go for it, I dash to the counter, grab the remote, and switch on the 42-inch CRT. After about 2 seconds, an image appears on the giant screen. At the same time, the ceiling starts shaking. Harisu activated the phone wave named subject to change with perfect timing. How? He's gonna be so angry at us.
また揺れてる。岡部倫太郎。
It's shaking again, Okabe Rintaro. What's going on? Did she really take off her clothes without knowing why? Yes, she did. 100%.
助かったぞバイト戦士。
You're a lifesaver, part-time warrior. If you can, keep him restrained for 10 more seconds. During that time, I escaped from the store. Outside, Nai's following earthquake drill procedure, crouching while protecting her head. Good girl. I ignore that and look up to the second floor. At exactly the same time, Harisu appears in the window and gives me a happy thumbs up. But a second later, she blushes, shoots me a glare, and disappears inside as if nothing happened. What's with her attitude? I'm risking my life here. In any case, the experiment was a success. Until he kills you. The 42-inch CRT was the key, as I suspected. Now, How do I explain this to Mr. Braun? I don't want him to kick us out of the building. Perhaps I shouldn't have left it to Suzuha. I timidly peek into the store to gauge the situation. Good luck.
ちょっと店長
K-
私
Come
の
on,
服
boss.
返してよ
Give me back my jacket. Suzuha is there, fidgeting in her tank top as Mr. Braun glares down at her.
うっせえ。これは没収だ。
Shut up! I'm confiscating this.
この変態
You pervert!
変態はおめえだろうが。
You're the pervert, throwing your shirt in my face like that, like some kind of dancer. That was pretty kinky. Gotta remember to thank Okabe after I kill him. Hold on there, hold on. Let's talk more about the thanking me part. Kinky? Don't say things like that. It's gross. Anyway, you can work like that for the rest of the day. Go stand out front and use that flat tummy of yours to attract customers. Damn, you're using her like that?
ナイに言いつけるよ
I'll tell Nye on you. Ha! Who's she gonna believe? You or her old man? I wouldn't test that theory.
そう
Damn. No problems here. Suzuha's seduction strategy worked, I guess. Mr. Braun, what a guy. I want to see... Okay, whatever. A little while later, I'm lying on the sofa watching high school baseball. Kumamoto and Aichi are locked in a fierce struggle for the playoffs. Just then, the clack-clack of the sewing machine in the lounge suddenly stops.
オカリンちょっと来て
Okarin, can you come here? She motions to me while holding the costume. What does she want? I walk over to her.
これをね持って
Can you hold this for me? Spread it out like wow.
ビローンって広げ
Mayushi, say whap again.
ビローン
Whap!
ビロー
Oh
ン
my
いた
God.
だきました
I got a flap. Well, keep it in your pants.
もうやだこの変態
Stop it already, perv. I follow Mayuri's directions and spread the costume out by the sleeves. She inspects it from a few paces away. It's hard to believe, given her usual ditziness, but Mayuri is very serious about her art. That's why cosplayers value her costume so highly. The costume I'm holding now is custom made for Lukako. I thought Lukako was against it, but I guess Mayuri managed to persuade her.
ありがとう
Okay, thanks. Mayuri looks tired. She's been working all night. But that doesn't dim the brightness of her satisfied smile.
できた
Finished!
完成か
It's done? Yep,
無理しちゃうよ
I finished before Chris-chan. We were racing.
競争してた
負けたわまゆり
You win,
お
Mayuri.
見事ね
Congratulations. Damn you, assistant. She treats me and Daro like garbage, but Mayuri gets a sisterly touch. I wonder why.
でもこっちももう終わり
Actually,
よ
I'm just about finished too. Kurisu connects the two cords she's holding.
完成
Done. Celebrations is in order. But nobody cheers.
引き分けだね
It's a tie! Not really. Man, I'm tired. I want Faris-san to comfort me. Faris-san. Honestly, I don't feel like cheering either. And it's not because I'm tired. We worked around the clock for 3 straight days to finish the time leap machine. But now that it's complete, I realize that part of me never truly believed it would happen. I feel my enthusiasm cooling rapidly, the fire quenched by one stark question. What do we do with it? I look at Kurisu. She too seems less than enthused.
私たち
We may have created a monster here.
とんでもないものを作っちゃったかもしれない。
I look at the improved phone wave named subject to change again. The biggest change is the headgear attached to the X68000. It looks like something out of a low-budget cyberpunk movie. Fortunately, we don't need nerve jacks or brain chips for it to work. You just put it on and let the sensors do the rest.
とりあえず正式名称を決め
Why don't we decide what to call it first? Oh, are we gonna give it an actual proper name?
Heavenly Express
I vote Heavenly Express. Why?
電話レンジサードエディションバージョン
Phone Wave 3rd Edition version 1?
帽子付き電話レンジちゃん
Silly hat Phone Wave Chan! No, I reject that. No consensus.
あんたたちって本当に
You guys have too much free time.
クリスティーナは危険か
Does that mean you're abstaining from the vote?
タイムリープマシン
Simple and to the point. A time leap machine.
これはひどい
That's terrible.
何よ
Come on.
シンプルイズ
Simple is best, right?
この2日間
I mean, that's what Okabe's been calling it for the past 2 days.
助手はネーミングセンス
Looks like my assistant has zero naming sense.
中二病丸出しのあんたに言
I
わ
don't
れ
want
た
to
く
hear that from a Chunibiu head case like you.
おお
Oh ho. So Maki says she knows the word Chunibiu. I sense your otaku levels is quite high. Oh, she slipped up again. Whoopsie daisy.
たまたまだから
I
勘違いしな
I
い
heard
で
it from a friend. I have no idea where it comes from. Why is that your excuse? You could have just blamed it on walking around with me and having someone call me that. Ha! A bald-faced lie. She should just confess to being an at-chandler. Kurisu meets my grin with an icy glare.
マユリ最終決定
It's up to you, Mayuri. Choose
どれか
one.
一つ選んでくれ
Whenever the lab is divided on a name, the right to decide belongs to Mayuri. Does that mean she can choose her own name?
タイムリープマシンがいいと思います
Figures. I think Time Leap Machine is fine.
帽子付き電話レンジ
Silly Hat Phone Wave Chan is super close, though.
すごく迷ったけど
Well, in that case, Time Leap Machine is fine.
マユシのことだからそうなると
Somehow, I
思ったぞ
knew she'd say that.
だから言ったでしょ
Like I said, simple is best. Mayuri gets it.
わかってる
Only because she likes you, like your sisters. I want to object, but it's an unwritten rule not to complain once Mayuri's made a decision.
ではタイムリープマシン
Very well.
決定とする
Time Leap Machine it is.
助手全員に分かるように
Assistant, explain for us all how the Time Leap Machine works.
レクチャーしてくれ
I know the basics, but I want to hear details. Kurisu nods and stands in front of the whiteboard. Oh, here comes the lecture.
一言で言うとこれは記憶をデー
In
タ化して
short, this device converts memories to data and sends them to the past.
電話レンジには偶然にも
Let's begin with what we all
ファイター
know.
の語ったタイム
By
マシン
freak
と
coincidence, the
ほぼ
phone
同じ
wave is
機能
able
が
to produce
備え
ring
られている
singularities, much like John Titor's time machine.
リング特異点を生み出し
Through the ring singularity, we are able to send up to 36 bytes of data to the
プラ
past.
スアルファのデータを転送する局所場してつまり過去のどこへ到達する
This
かに
signal
ついて
can only be
も
received by
携帯
phones.
電話に限定
While
す
that
る
does
ことに
limit the
クリア
range of effect, it also removes an element of uncertainty from the equation.
D メールと違って
Unlike D-mails, memory data is sent in the form of a phone call, so we will be using a phone number, not an email address, to set the destination. The ring singularity is made naked and stable by a device known as a lifter. In our case, that's the 42-inch CRT downstairs. She's explained the basics. Next, she'll explain the modifications she made to turn the phone wave, named subject to change, into a time leap machine. The phone wave now has headgear attached. Is she serious right now? Cute. This headgear records the nerve impulses in the temporal lobe of the brain, specifically the CA3 region of the hippocampus, where memories are stored. Then, using VR technology, we encode the nerve impulses into electrical signal data. It comes out to approximately 3.24 terabytes. 3.24 terabytes. It's less than I expected. We're talking about the entirety of a person's memories. By the way, we'll set it up so that the data decodes automatically after a certain amount of time. Anybody well versed in programming can do this. I had Hashida make the code. Anyway, next we send the memory data through the net to the LHC in France. This building has a direct line to SERN for some reason, so we can transfer data at insanely high speeds. How long does it take to send 3.24 terabytes of data? We have 64 direct lines in parallel, so if we send it in 64 parts, it should upload in about 45 seconds. Damn. That's pretty fast. Next, we hijack the LHC, create a mini black hole, and use that black hole's supergravity to compress the data into 36 bytes. 3 terabytes is about 3 trillion bytes. Compressing that into just 36 bytes. That's one hell of a squeeze. Will the compression take long? Sorry, my pauses are me constantly yawning. It's practically instantaneous. 23 milliseconds or thereabouts. We're using a black hole after all. And by the way, the compression only holds in the immediate vicinity of the black hole. Once the data leaves that area, it will begin to decompress on its own. This too takes 23 milliseconds. It has to make it back to the X68000 and into the phone wave within that window. It's only 36 bytes. Shouldn't be a problem. Continue, Christina. While the data is being compressed, we use the phone wave to generate a Kerr ring singularity. When the electron discharge phenomenon occurs, we take the 36-byte data, patch it in, and send it to the past. This part is just like a D-mail. The data travels to the specified time, where it arrives at the recipient's phone. By now, 23 milliseconds should have passed, so the data will be fully decompressed. Next, the decoding program runs, converting the data back into nerve impulse signals. These signals are discharged from the phone's earpiece at approximately 0.02 amperes, a pretty weak charge. If the recipient has the phone to his ear, they should go straight into his brain. Assuming he answers his phone. If he doesn't, the transfer fails. Fortunately, we lose nothing but that copy of the memory data. Why a phone call instead of an email? Because we need the recipient to put the phone to his ear. Otherwise, the signals won't reach his temporal lobe. She indicates the side of her head. In this area, you have the frontal lobe and temporal lobe of the brain. As I explained before, the hippocampus where memories are stored is inside the temporal lobe. The phone sends out electrical impulses that pass through the temporal lobe and into the hippocampus, overriding the recipient memories. Hello, Mako. Welcome in. I guess that means your stream is done. Hope you had a good stream. Had a good time with Layers of Fear. I don't remember which tab was yours. I see a Sky Wolf Miku and a Psycho Sloth. Or Revive Snow. Got 3 raids. Okay. I really don't want to go to Power Plant, but when you're doing Mono Dark, Dojo is not an option. It was fun. Hope game's well. Yeah, game's good. Just throwing massive nerdy science at me. I don't want to go to Power Plant, but when you're doing Mono Dark, Dojo's not... Are you talking about Pokemon? So only using Dark types. The Power Plant, so Kanto, first generation. The dojo in next to Sabrina's gym. Pokerogue? Ah, okay, I see. At the same time, the phone sends impulses that simulate the frontal lobe as well. This is important. Remember that the frontal lobe is responsible for sending retrieval signals to the temporal lobe. This is how you remember things. By stimulating the frontal lobe, we force it to send retrieval signals key to the new memory data. Thus, the recipient recalls all of those memories as if they were his own. Which, of course, they are, or will be in the future. This happens in less than a second. Now that the recipient has the same memories as the sender, the time leap is complete. If the data came from 1 week in the future, the recipient will remember that week as if he experienced it firsthand. We need to be aware that consciousness and personality aren't transferred. Both of those depend on the recipient. Explain it with boobs. See, the rule we suddenly gave Kurisu last night clearly was hypocritical because of Daru here. Boobs? Kurisu dissolves into a blushing, stammering mess. Looks like it's up to me to answer Daru's question. I'd rather not. Not with boobs, obviously. Okay, good. Good boy. Let's say we send your memories to you in grade school. Right now, you're some kind of omnisexual pervert who thinks inanimate objects are hot. But in elementary school, you were still an innocent child. Are you sure about that? Oh, thanks for the hydrate. Who's to say he wasn't always like this? Who's to say he wasn't born like this? The moment he was born, he was going for that boob. I was a boring little bastard who did nothing but study. What of it? Oh? So you just swung the other way? All the other way? Like the floodgates were opened one day? Basically, that little bastard would suddenly have all your perverted memories, but his personality wouldn't change. It's not like you'll become that famous anime detective with the looks of a child and the brains of an adult. Case closed? What? That sucks. This isn't like the time leaping you see in sci-fi novels. We aren't yet capable of transferring personality and consciousness. Ahem. Since you need a phone to receive the signal, you can only send memories to the times you had one. We also need to make sure that the sender and recipient are the same person. If someone besides your past self, your parents, or a friend, for instance, answers the phone, then the nerve impulse signals will be projected into the brain instead. Yeah, he's something. I do think he's a very funny, enjoyable character. If that happens, your memories could overwrite theirs, which could obviously cause serious damage to their psyche. Kurisu ends her explanation and takes a short breath. The lab falls into silence. He looks like a teddy bear, he does. Very perverted teddy bear. I exchange glances with Kurisu and Daru. I look at Mayuri, but her expression is blank. I guess it was too complicated for her, obviously.
それで
So, I clear my throat. It's time for the million-dollar question.
どうする
What do we do with it?
どうするって
Do with what?
タイムリープマシンの扱いに
The time leap machine, of course. What do we do with it? I'd love to have lesbian relationships with Makise. I can see that. Technically, I think right now my number one is technically Suzu. And I feel like Shining Finger could be number 2. But I feel like Kurisu is close to being number 2, I guess. Because she is slowly winning me over, I guess. I'm kind of an easy bitch. For once, my assistant has nothing to say. I already know that she fears we've created a monster. Honestly, I feel the same way. After a few moments, Kurisu finally speaks. It's too much for us to handle, that's for sure. The safest thing would be to hand it over to the government for professional research. See, I don't trust the government with this. I can tell that she's not pleased to have reached this conclusion. She obviously would prefer to experiment with this technology. After all, it's humanity's first time machine. We've finally taken our first steps towards godhood. I'm sure that the nations of the world would pay billions for just one look at our machine. The possibilities that it represents are limitless.
実感が湧かないな
It just doesn't feel real.
まゆしもわかない
Mayushi doesn't get it.
いや、まゆしは何も手伝ってないから
That's because you didn't work on it, Mayushi.
そうだ
Oh, right.
岡部の意見はちなみに
What about you, Okabe?
多いんじゃなく
And I
て
mean you,
岡部の
not Hyo and Kiyoma. I agree with Kurisu that the time leap machine is dangerous. On the other hand,
実験してみたい気持ちはある
I want to experiment. I state my honest feelings. Kurisu gasps. Why?
だが
But there are
実際
still
に
questions we
タイムリ
need
ー
to
プを
answer.
行うのは問題が多す
This
ぎ
is unknown territory, not just for us, but for all of humanity.
誰が
Who will time leap?
タイムリープするんだ
Weren't you going to use... Who was it? You were going to use either Shining or Luca. I looked to each of the lab mems in turn. Daru quickly looks away. Okay, so not him. Mayuri's expression is blank. Probably not her. She's kind of useless for this situation. Kurisu stares right back at me.
誰って決めるのは難しい
It's hard to choose.
僕はパス
I'll pass. Not a single person here wants the honor of being history's first time traveler. Well, it can't be us, because we already have this ability of sorts. Well, not the time leap. We have the ability to remember everything, so it needs to be somebody else. Everyone, except for Mayuri, is probably thinking about what could go wrong. What if the time leap were to fail?
シルンのタイムマシンみたいに
It's not like SERN's time machine. The possibility of becoming a jellyman is zero.
このマ
This machine sends data, not the real thing.
タイムリープに対する先入観に
Don't let your preconceptions influence your decision. Okay, by all means, volunteer.
まるで意識そのものを
You might say it's like a cut and paste of your brain.
思われるかもしれない。そうじゃなくて
Actually, it's more like a copy-paste, and it's just your memories.
記憶だけよね。
Again, by all means.
オリジナルが消えることはない。
The original doesn't get erased. That's a very easy to understand example. But that's not the problem. Time flows in a straight line from past to present to future. At least, that's how most humans see it. This raises several questions.
過去へ転送したデータが
What if there's an error somewhere, and the data itself gets fractalized?
可能性はある。もし仮に
Let's say I send my memories an hour into the past.
フラクタル構造化により
My memories would be replaced by fractalized data. In other words,
1時間前の
data full of
打ち込
tiny
むかもし
holes.
れない。それは
Couldn't that cause memory
一種の記憶喪
loss?
失と同じ状態になりかねないのでは。
かもね。
I suppose.
もしそうなった場合、
1 hour later, we arrive once again at the present.
現在に到達
At that
する
time, the me who lost his memories an hour ago and the current me conflict in my
1時間
brain.
遡った記憶どちらのデータが生き残る。
Which data set survives?
理屈で考えれば1時間前に
Logically,
コピー
the
が移
present
され
should
た時点
change as soon as you send your
今も変化
memories
する
to the
から
past. The conflicting current me disappears then.
それはつまり
So then it's not a
コピーや
copy paste at all,
ノック
is
の
it?
ことにならないか。
わからない。未だかつて
I don't know.
時間を
No one's
超
ever
越した前
experienced
例な
time
んて
travel
一つも
before.
ないから。
D メールでは
When we send a D mail, the world is reconstructed based on the change we made to the past. I'm the only one who's aware of this, however.
タイムリープしてどうなるかは
We don't know what happens when you
わからない
time leap.
タイターが言うように
If it's the mini world's interpretation like Titor said, then the instant you time leap, it creates two possibilities. One where you shift to another world line, and one where you travel back in time on the same world line. So, zero escape? Of course, there must also be a world line where the current you doesn't disappear. That would likely correspond to the present that we are experiencing right now. Don't worry about it, Mayuri. But that's only if the mini-world's interpretation holds in the first place.
お前は
I thought you didn't believe what Titor had to say.
可能性の話をしている。
I'm talking
タイターは
hypothetically.
この際どうでもいい
Titor doesn't matter right now.
コペンハーゲン解釈ならあら
Copenhagen?
ゆる状態が
If it's the
波動関数
Copenhagen
として
interpretation,
空間に広がってい
then
る
every
ことになる。
possible state propagates through space as a wave function. When a particular state is observed, the remaining states collapse and that state is fixed. But precise observation is impossible.
観測者は誰か
The problem is who the observer is in this case.
第三者じゃね
Wouldn't it be a third party? Like me or Mayushi?
そうとは限らない。
Not necessarily. It might be me. It might be someone else. It could even be God.
神かもしれない。
To begin with, the Copenhagen interpretation and the mini-world's interpretation are both micro-scale theories used to explain quantum interactions. No one knows whether they can be applied to humans or to the world at large. What about my personal experience with reading Steiner? Let me get a new bottle of water. If reading Steiner is the sort of power I think it is, then the world line model is correct.
結局は
In the end, we arrive at the question of where is the self.
このタイムリープマシンが
This time leap machine only sends memories.
記憶だけ。
That I
そ
guarantee.
れは間違いない。
転送された時点で
Won't the present be reconstructed at the moment of transfer?
オカリンはリーディング
That's what happens with Ocarin's reading Steiner, right?
D メールの場合はそれでなく
That makes sense where D-mails are concerned. When we send a D-mail, we're obviously interfering in past events.
しかしタイムリープは自分の記憶を過去へ送り
But time leaping is different. All you do is send your memories to the past, which isn't the same thing as sending a targeted D-mail.
未来の
Let
記
me
憶を
snooze the
思い
ads.
出した1時間前の俺が因果に干渉するのかしないのかは
Whether the me who suddenly remembers 1 hour into the future will, in fact, change the past, is something we can't know until it happens.
頭がこんがらがっ
I'm
てきた
getting confused.
なんかもう宗教
It
の
sounds like we're talking about the soul.
魂はどこに
Isn't that a
あるか
religious
って
question?
話しよう
Not necessarily.
待って
Wait,
あんたたちは
you guys are misunderstanding something.
人格と意識は
1 hour isn't enough time for your personality to change. You should be the same person 1 hour ago that you are now.
1時間分の記憶を
The
持っ
only
ている
difference is that you'll have an extra hour's worth of
違いはそれ
memories.
だけよ
そうなのか
How can you be sure?
絶対とは言い切れないけど
Well, I
何
can't.
しろ
And nobody's tried
誰
it
も試した
before.
ことはないんだから
This discussion's going nowhere. Personality and consciousness can't be strictly defined, so it's hard to imagine what might happen.
結局
So, which is it?
だからわからない
We don't know.
ここ
We
で
can
どれだけ
argue the
うだうだ
theories all we
議論
want,
したって
but in the end,
全て
we can
は
only
予
guess.
測止まりなんだからこの実験は
This experiment may end up shattering preconceptions scientists and philosophers have held for centuries. We won't know until we try. That pretty much sums it up. To make matters worse, the subject must be prepared to risk damage to their psyche. Harisu, Daru, and I say no more. We can't solve this problem. This is our limit as scientists. But haven't we accomplished enough already? The time leap machine itself is worthy of a Nobel Prize. We could sell this technology for billions, if we so choose. And if we go public with the time leap machine, we can break SERN's monopoly on time travel technology. That's enough. It has to be. But is it? Hey! Mayuri, who has been observing the discussion with glassy eyes, opens her mouth to speak.
マユシーはね
I have an idea.
ことがよくわかんない例えばね
Why don't we make a banana type time leap instead?
タイムリープさせるのはどうか
Because a banana's not alive?
マユリったら
Oh, Mayuri.
バナナには
Bananas don't have brains like people do.
そっか
Oh, you need a brain, huh?
ね
Is this where she suggests hers? Because, I mean, we still have Luca. Mayuri never changes. The atmosphere in the room gets a little more relaxed.
実験は
Let's not
しないで
experiment.
おくタイムリープマシンは
We'll entrust the time leap machine to a suitable research institution. Then we'll announce it to the world.
世間
Thanks to the lightening of the mood, I can finally say what was on my mind. Neither Kurisu nor Daru objects. No one has touched the time leap machine since that discussion. Ridiculous as it sounds, I can't shake the feeling that it might suck my memories out and fling them into the past. Oh, the machine does have its appeal, of course. We're all tempted by the idea of becoming humanity's first time leapers. Yet the fear of what could happen won out in the end. Perhaps as a way to forget our fears and move on, we decide to hold a celebration to mark the completion of the device. Everyone feels the need to let loose after working so hard on the project. Party time? Let's have pizza. I have Daru... Yep, pizza. I have Daru order pizza while Kurisu and I go shopping for snacks. Akiba has always had a lack of supermarkets. That hasn't changed even with the anime stores gone. After we finish shopping, Kurisu and I walk along the evening streets. She looks like she's got something to say. She keeps stealing glances at me.
不満か
Are you upset?
不満
Upset? She frowns, like she didn't expect that question. Finally, she faces this way.
実験をしなかったことについて
About her decision not to attempt a time leap experiment.
まさか
No, I'm not upset.
人間は根源的に
Humans are
時間的
temporal
存在者である
beings.
ハイデガーの言葉よ
That's a... Heidegger? That's a Heidegger quote. Sorry, I'm... Is that German?
あんたが実験はしないと決めてくれた時私はむしろほっとした
I was actually relieved when you made the decision not to use the machine.
誰か止める人がいてくれなかった
If you hadn't been there, I might not have been able to stop
歯止めが
myself.
効かなくなってたありがとう
Thank you. What's this? Gratitude? Does she have a fever? I put my hand to her forehead to check. Kurisu twitches. Stop touching her.
おい何してる
What are you doing?
熱があるせいで
You're talking like an assistant
よ
for a
しらしいこと
change.
を言い出したのかと
I thought you might have a fever. I dropped my hand.
別にあんたに
I'm
感謝
not
してるわけ
grateful
じ
to
ゃ
you
な
or
いから
anything,
な
okay? Her voice is louder than it should be, and several people glance at us. Kurisu blushes and hangs her head. If Daru were here, he'd probably get all excited and say, "A real tsundere, sweet."
とにかく
Anyway. Kurisu clears her throat and returns to her usual sour expression.
形式的にお礼を言っただけだから
That thank you was just a formality. Don't get me wrong, okay?
勘違いなどするもの
Of course. I only did what I had
俺
to.
はラボメンナンバー0
I am the founder of the future gadget lab, Yoen Kiyoma. My first priority is to protect the welfare of my lab members.
ラボメンだからお前は
So I have no need for your things.
世界に混沌をもたらす
And yet, you always talk about plunging the world into chaos.
ラボメンは俺の味方
You are my allies, and the world is my enemy.
敵で
呆れて言葉も出ない
I'm speechless.
あんたって普遍的すぎ
You're too self-righteous.
言葉なら出ているでは
You say speechless, yet you're speaking.
揚げ足取るな
Don't argue semantics. It's quite mysterious, really. It's only been 2 weeks since Kurisu and I met. And yet it already feels natural for us to be walking together, exchanging banter like this. Perhaps pooling our efforts to create something new, dangerous though it may be, has brought us closer together. I admit that her knowledge and skills are impressive. I'd like her to remain at the lab if at all possible, but she said she's going back to America this month. It's already the 13th, so I wonder when she plans to return. And I decide to ask her.
そういえば飛行機
Oh,
のチケッ
yeah.
ト取るの忘れてた
I forgot to get a plane ticket.
電話レンジの改良に
I got too caught up in improving the phone wave.
タイムリープマシンを公表する
That's unfortunate. Let me just read this email. Oh,
セル
Suzu?
ン告発もしなければ
Don't forget what Titor said.
帰ることはできなくなる
About what? He said a lot of things. You're gonna have to be more specific. Unless you want me to remember it all. Okay, what were we saying? Going public with the time leap machine will send the world into an uproar. We also plan to expose SERN, remember? You may not be able to go back to America for some time.
そうか
I guess you're right.
ママに
I should call Mama and let her know. Looks like things are going to get busy. Naturally, I want Kurisu to stay with us to the end. A little bit after we return to the lab, Mayuri gets back. You know the fact that we've completely abandoned the IBN 5100 feels like it's gonna be some big plot twist once we maybe get that thing, so that we can finally decode the hidden information. Tootaroo! I'm back! Seems Mayuri went to Lukako's. Suzuha shows up a few minutes later, and our development council comes to order. Wait, no, we don't have Shining. Daru ordered 3 pizzas. We also line up all the snacks we bought on the table. It's just like the party we had a few days ago, to cheer up Suzuha. Mayuri wanted to decorate the room, but since everyone's tired, I dismissed it as unnecessary. Looks like Suzuha managed to retrieve her jacket from Mr. Braun. Sad times. Man, that was terrible. I was stuck looking like an exhibitionist all day. Wait. The Braun 2 workshop closed. Suzuha made sure the 42-inch CRT was turned off, so there's no need to fear any malfunction from the time leap machine. A heavy sigh escapes my throat. I realize that I've been tense and nervous since the time leap machine was completed. Now I can finally relax. Let me drink some water. The topic of the time leap machine has become a taboo. Even Kurisu doesn't bring it up during the meeting. Daru, why did you order the exact same pizza as before? I opened the pizza boxes to find the exact same ones he got for Suzuha's party. Because I like it. What is it? Naturally, I'm not amused. Okarin! I called Ferris-chan and Luka-chan, but they said they couldn't come. Oh, do they have plans? Ferris-chan has a Rhinet tournament. Crap. I should have gone to cheer. How careless of me. And Luka-chan seemed embarrassed for some reason. And maybe she thinks you'll make her wear a costume again. You still haven't convinced her to cosplay. Then what was the point of completing the costume? She said it was embarrassing. I keep telling her cuteness is justice, but she never listens. Cuteness is justice? Is that what they say? You're cute too, Chris-chan. Huh? Kurisu doesn't know how to react. She blushes, and Mayuri starts teasing her like a drunk old man. There's no alcohol at this party, of course. Hey, Kamima's coming up. Wanna go? I can't make something new, but I have a costume of Post-Awakening Syra from Blood Toon I made last year. I think the size is just right for Christian too. Me? Cosplay? Kurisu looks conflicted. Then she murmurs. I'm sorta interested. She sure could have fooled us before, pretending to have no interest in otaku culture. But I refuse to do it in public, though. You don't have to show anyone, but eventually you'll want them to see. The cosplay demon compels you. The cosplay demon? That reminds me, Chris-chan. You're always wearing that cute uniform. What school is it from? Oh, this? Kurisu lifts up her necktie. Ayamain? I attended Ayamain for about 2 weeks. I modeled this outfit after their uniform. Oh, their uniform is really cute, but you made it even cuter. You might have really good design sense. I'll bring the costume tomorrow, okay? Will you try it on then? Sure. Looks like Kurisu approves of the cuteness is justice philosophy.
撮影会は何時からですか？
When's the photo shoot? You be quiet, sir.
相変わらず橋田は変態
Good to know you're still a
中だな
pervert, Hashida.
だって
Come on, it's Bloodtoon's Syra. She's got Panmoro going on. I have no idea.
パンモロ
Panmoro? Okay.
パンツがもろに見えて
It
い
means
る
her
の逆
it means her panties are completely exposed.
嘘
You probably shouldn't have revealed that until after she got the outfit on. No way.
大丈夫だよ。
Why did my stream pause on my phone? Are we good? Okay, it's just my phone being weird. I hate when it does that. It's okay.
クリスさんは知らない
You might not know this, but last year, there was a really popular
さら
saying.
にこんな言葉パンツじゃないから恥ずかしい
They're not panties, so it's not embarrassing. Are you saying that because it's part of the costume? I don't think that's gonna help.
いやいや恥ずかしいでしょ
It's plenty embarrassing. Trust me.
絶対来てね。
Wear it, okay? It's a promise.
やめといた方がいいんじゃないかな。
Maybe you shouldn't bother. Suzuha speaks, her tone sharp. She's scowling at Kurisu again. Suddenly, the atmosphere in the room changes. The tiger and the dragon.
痛い目に遭うよ。
You're asking for trouble by trusting Kurisu.
それどういう
What's that supposed to mean? Naturally, my strong-willed assistant isn't one to back down from a fight. Sparks fly between the two girls.
この前から思ってたんだけど
I've been meaning to ask,
あなたに何か
did I
した
do something to you?
直接は何も。
Well, they do share some
君
similarities.
のしたこと全部知ってんだよね。
Not to me, but I know everything you have done.
何よ私がしたことって
What do you mean? I've done nothing to be guilty of.
でしょうね。
Perhaps, but I know your true nature.
知ってるんだから。
へえすごい私の心の中
Wow,
を
you can see into my heart?
画期的
That's
な発明だか
groundbreaking
ら
technology.
ぜひその
I'd
特
love to hear how
殊
it
装置を見せ
works.
てもらいたいもんだわ
装置なんてないよ。
It's not science, it's a prediction.
予言。
つまり言いがかりってことか
So you're just making it up.
事実だ
I've been lurking doing other stuff, so I come back and see this, and I'm on the redhead side. No reason, I don't know who's right. We don't know any right or wrong. It's just that Suzu has a issue with Kurisu for some reason. This is Suzu. This is Kurisu. Personally, I kind of side more with her, especially when she's got my orange and black. But hopefully this can be settled peacefully. I know. Uh-oh. We've got a situation here.
おかわり。
Okarin! Mayuri clings to me with teary eyes.
二人を止めて。
Stop them from fighting!
この場を丸く
This looks like a job for the one and only
この方
Hyo and Kiyoma.
ようだな
Please don't make it worse. I insert myself between the two girls.
二人ともここは
Break it up,
引け
you two. I, Hyo and Kiyoma, shall decide this dispute.
京馬が預かる
They both glare at me. Although I'm afraid for my life, I harden my resolve. The mission must succeed. First, I focus on Kurisu.
助手よ
Assistant, I didn't raise you this way. It's been 2 weeks.
育てられた覚えもない。
You didn't raise me at all.
マッドサイエンティストを目指すよ。
If you want to become a true mad scientist, you must learn to keep your emotions in check, even as you cackle your way to victory.
聞いてない。なるつもりもない。
Nobody asked you, and I'm already a scientist. Next, I switch focus to Suzuha.
戦士。
Warrior, your enemy is SERN, remember? You must conserve your strength for
セ
Ragnarok.
ルンのはずだ。
岡部倫太郎には忠告したよね。
I warned you before, Okabe Rentaro.
セクリスには気を
Like I
つ
say,
けてって
Karisu is a threat. What? You're going to mention that here? Now?
へー
Oh,
どういうことよ
what's this about,
岡部
Okabe? Their eyes are like laser beams, boring into my skull. I told you you shouldn't have done this. I want nothing more than to flee for my life. Do it. But Mayuri's watching me anxiously. I need to defuse the situation. You're a brave man. Or a psycho.
お前たち、どちらも引くつもりは
Looks like neither of you is willing to back down. So be it. Fight to your heart's content. Fight until there is no more fight to be had. Then share a manly handshake by the river and let friendship blossom. They are not men.
だから、
But in the future,
社会に
when it comes time for you to venture out into the real world, I hope you remember one thing.
お前たちは二人とも
Nobody likes a mood
空気
killer.
が読めない。
うるさい。
Oh, well, maybe you can unite them in being mad at you. Getting yelled at by both of them at the same time sends shivers down my spine. I still feel like they could be related. It's coming. I quickly seize my right arm. Oh, not the right arm. Not the Chuny moment. Ah! Why now, of all times? Calm down, right arm of mine. I turn around and head back to Mayuri. I'm sorry, Mayuri. At this rate, I'll end up hurting those two. I have no choice. The rest is up to you. Useless. Jeez. Mayuri puffs her cheeks out and goes over to the two girls.
二人とも聞いて。
Guys?
まゆ
Mayushi
し
doesn't like it when you fight.
喧嘩は嫌い
Let's all get along, okay?
仲良くしようよ。
Hearing this, the two combatants reluctantly comply. Could have just done that in the first place. I expected this would happen. Mayuri is the oil that keeps the gears of this lab churning along. The throbbing in my right arm dissipates. Daru comes over to chat with Suzuha, and gradually peace returns to the lab. Karisu is in the development room, making a call, probably to her mother in America. I sit on the sofa and watch TV while sipping Dr. P. The TV is running a game show where contestants guess the prices of popular items at high-class restaurants. Mayuri sits down next to me. She peels a banana and begins eating it.
ねえねえ、おかり
Chunibyo always makes me cringe so bad. I hate how well its trope does the trope does its job. True. Especially when he's what was it? 17 because he's still a minor. Oh wait, no. Isn't she 16? Wouldn't that make him 18? Isn't he like 2 years older? Actually, no, he said he'd be 20 soon. So he's 19. Wait, I'm confused. No, he said he'd be 20 in a year and a half? I don't remember. I don't remember their ages. Their ages don't come up that often. Aside from her age. Hey, Ocarin! Even so, he's still too old for it and he does it well, yeah. Mayuri slowly looks around the lab, smiling all the while. It's been really lively here these past few days, huh? Few weeks.
あ
Yeah, I guess it has. I established the Future Gadget Laboratory around the time I entered college. It was the first step in my plan to bring chaos to the world. Yeah, so he should be like 19. That was around the middle of March this year, which means it's been almost 5 months. Not half a month after it was established, Mayuri showed up. I'm still not sure why, and became a lab mem. For about a month, it was just me and Mayuri. Then, in early May, I finally got Daru to join. All it took was telling him that the lab is just a 3-minute walk from May Queen plus Nyan squared. Its location on the outskirts of Akiba has always been quiet. Mayuri isn't the type to object to every little thing like Karisu, nor the type to make dumb jokes like Daru. So the lab was very peaceful back in those days. It was quite a pleasant place to be. And now the lab mem count has increased to 8. It happened in the blink of an eye, or so it seems. Well, Shiny's not here, and Luca's not. They didn't come today, but Lukako visits occasionally. And Ferris is a familiar face at May Queen plus Nyan squared. Or at least she was before May Queen disappeared. I remember feeling out of place the first time I came to Akiba, but now, it's like a second home.
楽しいね。
It's fun! Mayuri, too, seems pleased by the increase in lab mems.
あのね、
Now that there are 8 lab mems, Mayushi thinks it's getting a little cramped in here. Are you saying you want to move? First, we don't have enough chairs. The sofa only has room for 2. Then there's Daru's personal desk chair. Those are the only chairs in the lounge. There are some pipe chairs in the development room, but they need to stay there. We should buy more. Do you have money, Okurin? Kind of.
椅子を買うと貯金が底をつく
New chairs will take all my savings. Then I need to get a part-time job again.
じゃあ、マユシーのバイト代もちょっと出していいよ。
Why are you pausing my... See, I use my phone to listen to the stream directly to make sure that the audio is good and that I'll know if I suddenly disconnect as soon as I stop hearing my voice, but sometimes my phone will just pause. There we go. I guess you can use some of my salary. Please don't. We already used too much of it for the food. We need a new microwave too. Otherwise, I can't warm up my juicy chicken number 1.
ジューシー唐揚げナンバーワンが。
あ
Yeah,
あそれはすまん
sorry about that. Cutting off Mayuri's chicken supply might actually kill her. Yeah, she's got to feed that black hole in her stomach.
だがマユリ
But Mayuri, when we turn over the time leap machine, the rewarded money will solve all of our
問題は
problems.
全て解決する
椅子と電子レンジの代
Will it be enough to pay for chairs and a microwave on the top of the higher rent?
お家賃を払えるぐらい
Honestly, we could get a new place, we could get some air conditioning.
もらえるさ
It'll be enough. More than enough.
そうなんだ。
Wow,
よかった
that's great, Okurin.
なぜそんなに嬉しそうなんだ
Why are you so happy?
だってお友達
Just look,
たくさん
We've made so many friends.
ダルくんでしょ
There's
ク
Daru-kun,
リスちゃんでしょ
Chris-chan,
ルカちゃ
Luka-chan,
んでしょ
Suzu-san,
すずさん
Moeka-san,
萌香さん
Ferris-chan,
クリスちゃん
Bron-san,
店長さん
oh my god, Nai-chan, and more.
他にも他にも
She gazes wistfully into the distance.
春の
You really had to list off every
ポ
name.
カリはとっても寂
In the
しそうだ
spring,
ったけ
when you
ど
started this lab, you seemed so lonely.
もう大丈夫
But now you're
だ
fine.
マユシーが
You don't need me to be your hostage anymore.
でも
You're still my hostage.
それはどういう
What do you mean? I try to ask. But before I can finish... Terrorist bomb threat suspends Yamanote Sobu? It says lines. You mean the train? An urgent news bulletin appears on the TV. The subtitles read, Terrorist bomb threat suspends Yamanote. Sobu. Okay, I'm sorry, I mispronounced all these names. The Tohoku lines.
爆破テロ予告
A bomb threat?
つうか
Hang on. Those lines all pass through Akaba. How is Mayushi gonna get home?
本当だ。
Well, if there's a terrorist threat, she can just call her parents and we can all stay here. Oh yeah, I should go home. A bomb threat. I don't know why, but I've got a bad feeling about this. Only the lines passing through Akihabara are suspended, as if that were the target. Wait, could that be it? Could the bomb be at Akihabara Station? I get a cold feeling in my stomach.
岡部倫太郎一つ聞かせて
Okabe Ritaru, I need to know.
タイムリープマシンは
You've completed the time leap machine,
して
right?
るんだよね
Yes? I was about to say, if this threat is real and it goes off, we could send this memory back to into the past. Huh? Well, yeah.
そっか
Okay.
私用事を思い出
I just remembered I've got something to do. I'm going out. Okay. Suzuha leaves the lab without another warning, without another word. What's wrong with her? Suzuha is acting strange. Is it related to the bomb threat? Why did she just ask about the time leap machine? Something occurs to me. The 2 threatening emails I received. We're watching you. You know too much. Who sent them? And there's more. Words and images flash through my head. Is it about Suzu knowing things she shouldn't? SERN. The LHC. Jellyman. The Z program. Government secrets. The organization. No, not, well, the Council 300. Men in Black. Yeah, I said Council. The Committee of 300. The Time Leap Machine. Okay, where are you going with this? What did Kurisu say?
私たちひょっとすると
We may have created a monster here.
作っちゃったかもしれない
Taken separately, each of these elements was insignificant. But if I consider them part of a single line, they all point to one inescapable truth. We've come too far. Fear seizes my heart in an icy grip. I can feel anxiety eating at my brain. So you're saying it's too late, you went too far, and now the terrorist thing is related to you. Is that what you're saying? I can't breathe. Even though it's hot and humid, my body shivers. Should we run? Get out while we still can? We can't use the trains. What about the subway? Or would a taxi be better? Nobody's saying anything. Nobody's doing anything. What should we do? Suddenly, there's a softness against my hand. I look down to see Mayuri's hand holding mine. When I look up, I see worry written on her face. It's okay. I'm just being paranoid. It's all a coincidence. Tomorrow, we'll get rid of the time leap machine. Then we can forget that all this happened. Pretend it was just a dream. We never invented a time machine. I don't need money. I mean, Well, I don't want to give it to a government. We were going to give it to an institution. I want money. You don't know that for sure that the threat is related to us. As long as we can forget about today and welcome tomorrow, we'll be okay, won't we? But my anxiety doesn't go away. I look over to Mayuri's head at the entrance to the lab. The door is unlocked. Anyone could just waltz right in. I hear sirens wailing a few streets away. The bomb threat has Akaba in an uproar. Yet here, in our corner of Akaba, it's so quiet. Mayuri squeezes my hand with her warm, slender fingers. I squeeze back. Huh? Hello, Dark. Welcome in. The next thing I know, the door slams open. 5 men burst into the lab. So hang on, my phone paused again. I don't know why it's doing that a lot, especially today. Okay, there we go. Their movements are swift and sure. Professional, and each of them is carrying a gun. He's imagining this, right? They spread out just inside the door and aim their weapons at us. It all happens so fast, no one has time to scream. There's such diversity here. Are they Americans? Are they related to, Karisu? The men are foreigners, a mix of races, dressed casually in colorful shirts and shorts or jeans. Tourists. But their arms are thick with muscle, and their eyes are hard and cold as ice. 2 of them are holding pistols. The other 3 have assault rifles. AK-47s in Akaba? Is this some kind of joke? One thing is certain. These guys aren't tourists. I mean... in a way they could still be. They're here for both work and pleasure. Hands in the air. Nobody move. The dark-skinned, crew-cut man barks an order. It feels like I'm dreaming. Did I fall asleep watching an action movie? This is the first time so many people have gathered in this room. Suddenly, the lab feels small. What an odd thing to be thinking at a time like this. The first to obey is Daru. Then Karisu raises her hands. Then me. Last is Mayuri. Silence. Time seems to grind to a halt. The men say nothing, but their guns remain steady, muzzles pointed at us. On the TV, a comedian laughs. What is this? Are we on candid camera? Then I hear a new sound coming from outside. The sound of high heels. Oh, a woman? Better not be Suzu. A woman is coming up the stairs. Are these men waiting for her? Is she their leader? A squad of battle-hardened commandos, led by a beautiful woman. It's like something out of a manga. True. Nothing seems real. Kind of sounds like, what's it called? Black Company something? With the island being in charge by that woman. Before long, the woman appears. Who is it? Shining? Shining. I didn't look at the name yet. Black Lagoon? Oh, yeah, Black Lagoon. Thank you. Balalaika? I think I said that right? Balalaika? I haven't watched that in a long time. And I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched like a few episodes when it was I think it was on Adult Swim? But I haven't watched TV in a long time. But yeah. Kiryu Moeka. The part-time editor. So she was lying. The male demon, Shining Finger, who is never seen without her phone. So, what did she send to the past in that email? Lab Mem 005. The hentai is great? Okay. I'm sure it is. Let me just snooze the ads. That's my last snooze. Moeka. She's their leader? The least imposing woman I'd ever met? Even now, she doesn't meet my stare. Her eyes are aimed down at the floor. What's going on here?
萌香さん、これって。
Moeka-san?
タイムマシーンを回収さ
We're
せてもらう
taking the time machine. As always, her words are barely audible. It's ridiculous. Laughable. And yet, I can't laugh. My heart is a jackhammer in my chest. The inside of my mouth is drier than a desert. I stay still, with my hands in the air.
牧瀬クリス、岡部銀太郎、
Kurisu,
橋田至、
Rintaro,
3名について
Ataru,
は
the three of you will
我
come
々
with
の
us.
に来てもらう。
I don't understand. Why is Moeka here? I don't know, but I have to ask.
どういうことだ？
What's going on here?
答えられない。
I can't answer that.
冗談。
This is a joke, right? She shakes her head.
あなたたちに答える必要はない
You don't need to know.
という意味。抵抗は許されない。
You can't resist.
とにかく
Come with us.
どこへだ？
Where? No reply. She doesn't intend to answer that either. Dangerous. These guys are dangerous. Look at their guns. Nothing good can happen if we go with them. I try to refuse, but my voice catches in my throat. I can't stop staring at their guns. Are they real? They're not gonna start shooting, are they?
理由と
I'm not going anywhere until you answer.
拒否することは認めない。
You can't refuse.
あなたたちに逃げ場はない。
You have nowhere to run.
私たちの仲間は
We have men stationed throughout
すでに秋葉原
Akihabara.
中に散らばっている。
Wait. Something clicks in my head. It was them. They sent the bomb threat. They stopped the trains. Why? To keep us here? Also, Kurisu, get your hands further up. I mean, technically, Rentaru too, but at least they're decently up. Plus, she's pretty tall, so they're up enough almost. She needs to get hers up more. Just for that?
手荒な真似はしたくない。
I don't want to hurt anyone.
3人とも
The three of you,
一緒に来て。
come with us.
なんで
Why? Kurisu, who has kept silent until now, finally opens her mouth.
3人なの
Why just the three of us? That's when I realized that Mayuri wasn't included in Moeka's demand. She only wants Kurisu, Daru, and me.
何を聞かれても
I'm not answering your questions.
あなたたちはただ
Come with us. It's your only choice. We're not getting anywhere.
オカリン
Okarin. Daru's voice is shaking. I turn my head to look at him. He's deathly pale.
とりあえず
D-
言うことを
Don't
聞いて
you
おくべ
think
きじゃ
we
ない
should do what she says?
だが
But
目的は
unless she tells me the reason, honestly, I have no idea what to do. My heart is still fluttering in my chest. It seems more like a dream than reality. I'm not a military otaku. I've never seen a real gun. The black shine of their weapons looks somehow tacky, They lack the imposing feel you'd expect. I'd believe her if she told me they were fake. Mayuri suddenly speaks up.
ねえ、萌香さんは
Moeka-san,
ラボメン仲
you're a lab mem too, aren't you? It's as if Mayuri asked my question for me. Moeka, who was a strange woman, but I welcomed her as a lab mem all the same. What is she thinking right now? In answer, Moeka pulls a gun from her belt and points it at us. Okay, good answer. Understood. No further questions, Your Honor. I realize that Moeka isn't holding her phone. This is the first time I've seen her without it. Not like that matters now. Moeka's gun hand is trembling. Is this situation affecting her too? It must be. She's terrified of talking to people.
一緒に来てもらうのは
Our mission
あなたたちの口を
is to
封じるため
silence you. Silence us?
それは
Your refusal to come will change nothing. Does that mean she plans to kill us? Okay, well, I guess Mayushi's not smart enough to understand what you're saying, hopefully. So you don't have to kill her even though you just said that out loud. Why? What did we do? You built a time machine? Who sent you?
誰の差し金だ。
Who are you people?
私たちは
We... Moeka suddenly lifts her head. For perhaps the third time since I've known her, she looks straight at me. Her eyes are dark and empty.
セルンの
Suzu said it was, Kurisu, but it's actually Kiryu. Has things changed from her knowledge? Does she just not know about Kiryu? Does Kurisu eventually join? I wonder. Are from SERN. SERN?
M4
M4! The dark-skinned man speaks up. Is he addressing Moeka?
口を慎め
Watch your tongue! She hangs her head again. In my head, I replay the words she just spoke. SERN. They're from SERN? Why SERN? Of course. Who else could it be? I swear if you say the organization.
3人とも一緒
Come
に
with us. Now. Moeka raises her voice in frustration.
これ以上拒否するなら
If you continue to resist, I'll have to resort to extreme
行きたく
measures.
なるようにするから
Moeka slowly raises her gun. She points the muzzle at... Don't you do it. You're doing it. Mayuri. My whole body instantly goes cold. Not my hostage!
椎名真由里は
Sheena Mayuri is not needed.
よせ
Stop! Ooh. Okay, you're almost tied with Suzu right now. I lunge at Moeka, but the dark-skinned man is faster. Something strikes my chin with crushing force. The shock numbs my entire body. Stars explode behind my eyes. I mean, the big muscly man did just punch a twig. I fall to my knees, powerless to stand. Everything goes dark. What happened? I think you know. Did he hit me with the butt of his rifle?
おかり
I look up. Mayuri, face streaked with tears, is reaching out to me as if begging for help. Over her shoulder, I see Moeka ready her gun. You wouldn't. I know we have time travel, but you wouldn't. Mayuri, no! I try to yell stop, but my voice catches in my throat. Nothing comes out but a pitiful wheeze. Someone. Anyone. Suzu, please. Please. Stop her. Stop Moeka. Her lips move. She's mumbling something. For SERN. For FB. For SERN. For FB. Her mouth opens and closes robotically. My blood curdles. Don't do it. No! Don't do... A sharp, dry crack splits the air. Time slows to a crawl. Moeka pulled the trigger. Oh, okay. Yeah, thanks for showing me this. You don't show me Suzu without her jacket, but you show me this. Blood spurts from Mayuri's forehead. It splashes across my face, wet and warm. Her delicate, frail body falls toward me. I catch her. Yeah, that's a real pretty sight. Her body is limp, like a puppet with no strings. Her head and arms dangle lifelessly. The smell of gunpowder fills my nose. And then, the smell of blood. Okay. Daru clutches his head and falls to his knees, screaming at the top of his lungs. The sound jerks me back to my senses. I don't know what that was. That was weird. In my arms, Mayuri takes one short, shallow breath. And then... Ah, no. Oh, Kari.
Mayuri.
Mayuri? No. No! She's dead. Mayuri's dead. Her face is covered in blood. Her blood stains my hands. It's warm. You three, come with us, now. No more warnings. Resist, and we'll kill you too. I hear a voice, but I can't comprehend what it's saying. That's unfortunate. We about to get shout. What is this? What's going on here? Is this a joke? We may have created a monster here. This is a dream, right? Right? Feel nothing. My mind is blank. I shake Mayuri's shoulder. Mayuri is no accelerator, it seems? Nope, sure isn't. Mayuri? Wake up, Mayuri. You'll catch a cold if you sleep here. If you're tired, you can stay overnight. Or I can take you home, if you prefer. We'll ride the train back to Ikebukuro together, like we used to before Daru joined, when it was just the two of us. Memories of her smile whirl through my head. 1,000 different smiles from 1,000 different occasions. If I look away, she'll disappear. She always disappears.
もう大丈夫だね。
But now you're fine.
マユシーが
You don't need me to be your hostage
じゃ
anymore.
なくても
I do still need you. The others won't be my hostage. I still need you. No, Mayuri. I still need you. Laugh for me. Like you always do. Greet me with your silly doot-doo. Tell me it's a lie. Tell me you're alright. Mayuri? That hurts me. Red flames consume my mind. An inferno of rage and hate. And rage and hate. And the burning desire to kill everything I see. That actually sounds real, and not a Chuny moment. I gently lay the motionless Mayuri on the floor. I stand up. And then I fling myself at Moeka. You're gonna have to shoot us! But before I can take a step, someone grabs my hand from behind. You can't! Let me go! Let me go! You can't! They'll kill you! Moika's gun is aimed at my head. Her finger is already on the trigger. Well, you're gonna have to kill me. You're gonna kill me too? If you resist. Please, Okabe, do what she says, okay? Otherwise, they'll kill you too. I tear my hand from Karisu's grip. My vision is a tunnel with Moeka on the other side. She won't get away with this. She killed Mayuri in cold blood. I'll do the same to her. No! Moeka pulls the trigger. Did one of the guys shoot upwards or something? The sound of the shot smites upon my eardrums. I feel a sharp pain on the side of my head. Did you just graze my head? I nearly lost my balance again. But I'm still alive. What happened? I think we just got a warning shot. I realize that Moeka's gun is lying at her feet. Beside it is a small stone. Someone must have thrown it and knocked her gun aside. Oh, so she did shoot, but someone hit the gun? Suzu? Where were you earlier? Mayuri's dead! Get down! Suddenly, Suzuha is there in the doorway, knocking one man down in the blink of an eye. Before anyone can react, she darts into another man's range and delivers a piercing elbow strike to his solar plexus. The man drops to his knees, gasping for air. Okay, that's 2 down, 3 more to go. The remaining men turn their guns on her, but she throws the incapacitated man towards them to block their aim. She then slides into the feet of the man at the rear, tripping him forward, and in a single smooth, flowing motion, drives her knee into the man's face as he falls. Who the hell? The dark-skinned man aims his rifle. But before he can fire, Suzuha snatches a stunned attacker's gun and shoots him. Damn, woman! Get it. Blood spurts from the man's hand. Okay, this is getting real. Without pausing, Suzuha leaps into the air and delivers a soaring roundhouse kick to the jaw.
そこまでよ。
Enough. No, my two waifus. Please, we can settle this. The next thing I know, the 5 men are down, and Moeka's gun is aimed at Suzuha's face. But Suzuha doesn't back down. Her gun is trained at Moeka's neck. It's a standoff. Neither moves. Silence returns to the room.
何者？
Who are you?
42。
42. Suzuha's reply makes no sense. Is she a clone? She glances at me.
テレビ。
TV. Are you telling me to go to channel 42? What is she saying?
点灯済み。
Oh, okay. So she's saying the TV is turned on, so we should use the time leap machine. Turned on.
何を？
What? Suddenly, Kurisu springs up and makes a break for the development room.
動くな。
Don't move.
それはこっちのセリフ。
That's my line. I suddenly realized the meaning of Suzuha's words. The 42-inch... Okay, 42-inch. Right. TV downstairs. It's on. She wants me to use the time leap machine. I look at Mayuri's body. She's lying there, quietly. Her eyes are closed. They'll never open again. Or they will. One of the men Suzuha knocked out starts to moan. If they wake up, it's all over. Suzuha looks at me again. Her eyes implore me to make my move. If I use the machine, I can avert Mayuri's death. But at the same time, it could fry my brain. Make a choice. I think the choice is obvious. Fry my brain? So what? Exactly. What is there to fear? Mayuri is dead, shot in cold blood. This isn't right. I won't accept it. Then change it. Change the past. You have the power. Use it. I stagger into the development room. Kurisu is about to put on the headgear. I pull it away from her. Okabe.
俺が飛ぶ。
I'm going back. No, I should be the one to... I grab Kurisu's wrist as she tries to take it back. I stare into her eyes wet with tears.
俺が
I
マユリを
will
助け
save Mayuri.
もし失敗し
But what if it fails? I ignore her and put on the headgear. Waika's last shot grazed the side of my head. My ears are still ringing, and there's blood on my neck. It doesn't matter. I might fail. I might even die. But I have to try. It's my only chance to save Mayuri. Kurisu bites her lip and activates the X68000. Okabe Ritaru, one of them's moving. Get in there. Kill them.
やらせるか。
Damn kids! The crew-cut man staggers into the development room. Acting purely on instinct, I grab future gadget number 4, Moed's snake from the shelf, and flick the switch. White smoke instantly fills the room, rendering it impossible to see. Kill them. Did you just... I'm going back in time just to put a bullet in your head. Kurisu!
本当にいいの？
Sokabi, are you sure? Are you sure about this? Really?
やれクリス
Do it, Kurisu.
足を動かせ
Activate the machine. Did you, not my right arm. You've just unleashed the chaos. Pain flares in my right arm. Was I shot? It doesn't matter. I see blue-white light shining through the smoke. The discharge is starting. The light rapidly grows brighter. The floor begins to shake. The singularity is open. I crouch down, holding the headset steady with one hand. Wait for me, Mayuri. I won't die here. I'll cross through time to save you. Leap, my memories. Leap to the past. Leap! The world explodes into light. Oh god, my eyes. Hey, you know what? That's actually a good place to stop. Yeah, I'll stop here. It is... Oh, it's almost 2 a.m. for me. That's a good place to stop. Alright, everyone. I shall find someone to raid. Let's see, who we got? We got Clouds. Oh, we got Lexi. I can do Lexi, since she was here earlier. I can do Shippingberg. I can do Tempura, Space Turtle, Mitz. Lots of people are on right now. Let's go with Lexi. Thank you for the awesome stream. You're welcome, Gord, and thank you for stopping by. And once again, congratulations on getting an affiliate today. We shall go with Lexi. Raid message for followers. And then the raid message for subs. Oop. No, copy the whole thing. Come on, work with me. Copy, make sure it works. Perfect. Alright, everyone. That was a good stream. Good night. Thank you, Dark. Thank you for stopping by again. Thank you all for being here, for either being in chat or just lurking. I appreciate it, like always. Always appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I hope you all have a good morning, day, or night, whatever time it is for you guys. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye, everyone.